Hello, I'm Lola, and in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add a PailFlow AI bot to your Bubble app using the video, audio, and live bundle. So before we begin, there are a couple of prerequisites. You'll need the video, audio, and live bundle installed. The link to installing it will be in the description. You'll also need a Bubble account. We're going to start the tutorial post installation, post setting up the initial Bubble app. So let's get to it. So I am in Bubble. I'm in a blank Bubble app, but as mentioned, I have this bundle installed here. If you don't have this bundle, make sure that you install it for this tutorial. If you want to connect to PailFlow directly, you can do that as well through a curl call. But this tutorial is going to focus on using it with the Bubble plugin. And I'm going to do a couple of things. First, I'm going to start with a very simple Spartan design. Really, all we're going to do is we're going to have the start the bot, it's going to join the call, we're going to talk to it, and then we're going to view the transcript. Another setup step and prerequisite is you're going to have to make sure that within PailFlow, you've signed in and you grab your API key. You'll only see the API key once, so make sure that you save it. You can always revoke it, but for security's sake, we only show it once because you'll have to put that in the plugin to be able to connect to your service and use your credits. So let's start with a very simple design. We're gonna just do all this on the index page. We'll change the layout to column, make everything centered, and we'll add a couple of elements. We'll add a button. We'll call this button start bot and join room. We'll add another button for viewing the transcript. And we will add an element, text element. This element, text element, will be, we'll call it text transcript. Before we move forward, let's generate a data type here. This new type we'll call transcript. And later we're going to set up a webhook, so you're going to see how it saves transcript data. We're just going to make this super simple. Remember, in an actual Bubble app, you'll want to make sure that privacy rules are behaving appropriately and you're using that appropriately. Because this is a demo, we're just going to leave everything open. And we're going to create a couple of fields. We'll call them room name. It will be a field of type text. We'll have transcript, which will also be a field of type text. And I think that's it. Those two. Going back into our design tab, we'll just show the latest transcript. So do a search for transcripts. We'll say last item. So we'll show transcript. We'll show the last item's transcript from our transcript data type. Now let's go into workflows. Well, first, to make this a little bit more pleasing, we'll just make everything centered. Make everything centered, and we'll go into our workflows next. So this is where we're actually going to do the adding of the bot. So for our bot, we're going to add this bundle PailFlow action, starting the bot. Provider, currently there's only one provider, but over time we shall add more. We'll add a room URL. So you'll want to have already created a room URL. We'll add a name for the bot. We can say special bot or special bot. No need for a token. And we'll do this webhook callback URL in a moment, but we won't have to worry about it right now. Again, for the room URL, you can use the create room action to create a room URL dynamically. You can just use a static URL, but we're not going to go over that in this tutorial. And that's almost it for setup. But we want to make this more interesting. So instead of just having it join the call, we also want to be able to save the transcript. So let's work on this webhook piece before continuing. Well, first, we'll actually just have the bot join the room right after. So they'll join the room, we'll start the bot, they'll join the room, and now let's go and work on this webhook. And so what the webhook is going to allow us to do is once the bot leaves the room, it'll also generate the transcript. So let's go into back and workflows. We'll just create a new general API workflow. We'll call this transcript. Super simple. We want to expose this as a public API workflow so that the PailFlow service can call it. We also want to make sure that it can be run without authentication. And for our cases, we want to ignore privacy rules when running the workflow. Definitely be sure to do what you need to do for your app and have security considerations. For this demo purposes, we're making everything in the open. We're going to add a couple of parameters. So room name, it's going to be of type text. Transcript. So room name, transcript text, and we'll have one simple action to create a new transcript. So we'll create a new thing. It's going to be a transcript. We'll set the room name with that room name that we have, and we'll set the transcript with the transcript text. Great. Make sure that it can be called without authentication. Then we'll go to our data here. Actually, we go to settings. We'll go to API. We'll copy this API endpoint because we are going to put that directly into our workflow. So if we go back into our workflow, in this webhook callback URL, and then we'll add that endpoint that we just did, which is transcript. A quick check just to make sure that we have everything working properly. Transcript. You just copy it to be sure. All right. And everything almost looks good. We want the transcript to be hidden by default. So we're going to uncheck this element is visible on page lid. And for this view transcript, we're just going to create a action to toggle an element. And then this should hopefully show the text transcript. And then hide it. All right. Now we are ready to try this out. All right, let's start the bot and join the room.
Hello. It's so nice to meet you. I'm here to help with anything you need, so feel free to ask me anything or let me know how I can assist you today.
Hey, how's it going? I just wanted to try this out.
Hey there. I'm doing well, and I'm glad you stopped by to give this a try. If there's anything you want to ask or test out, just let me know. I'm here to help. How are you doing today?
Great. So just a little chatting with the bot here. Nothing too complicated, but as you can see, we had our bot. The bot was in the room. We were chatting with it for a very brief conversation, and we had the name. And so if we want to view the transcript, great. Oh, wow. This is our conversation with the bot as well. So that's really it for setup. And while we had a very Spartan example here, there are a few other parameters. And so this bot prompt, very simple. It just says you are a helpful assistant. But we can make it a bit more dynamic, use dynamic variables, make the bot more interesting. This special bot is the bot's name, the bot greeting. But that's basically how it works. And if we look at our database, we also have the transcript that was generated. So that's it for this tutorial. Thank you for tuning in, and let me know what you would like to know next about PailFlow.